Hey guys, Nick here, and welcome to another episode of The Sky Map. And today, guys, we are, I was going to build a well today, and then I realized this is episode 289, and due to some fourth wall breaks, are going to happen in this video, by the way, due to some events that are going to be happening in the next few videos, we actually are never going to see the sky map the same again. So, I want to tour it. I want to do a tour of the sky map before that happens. So that way we can get a nice little end slate for the year. Also, midway point of our thing at the beginning of the year where the sky map, where we analyze it at the end and see how much it's changed. So yeah, this is the midpoint of that, I guess. So, yeah, we're going to be touring the sky map, and due to a couple of spoilers, stuff that's going to be happening in the next video, due to some things that are going to be happening, we are not going to be going to the nether or the end. There's not really much in the nether anymore anyway. But yeah. So, let's start off right here at my house. Check it out. It's beautiful. It's been here for a very long time. I think since like episode 20. It's had its small upgrades throughout its time. Like at one point I added torches under this carpet. I had the kitchen. I don't think there's anything in here. I think I did plan on doing fishing episodes, but I never did those. Oh yeah, I put the dragon head in here. And then, yeah, we have my bedroom. I got a couple pride flags. I got my special armor, which looks more like my regular skin, but it's Pride Month right now, so... Oh, that's cool. They changed it to how Xbox works, or PlayStation, whatever. Or console, sorry, that's the word I was looking for. Where it just kind of can be put on and off. That's pretty nice. And then we have our various treasures. So we got the pieces of the Animal Paradise, which was the first thing I built in the sky map. The original bed I used for chopping trees, a wither rose, the dragon egg, the pumpkin I built when building that orange blob over there, which is my pumpkin farm. Cake roulette sprinkles, pieces of Kevin, bowl wood. This is like the oldest wood in the sky map, coming from over there by the Mushroom Island. What's in here? Oh yeah, it's like the first letter I received. Some temple stuff, club stuff. This lever was used to open Disco Island the first time. We got the Reaper shards, the first elytra, disco slippers, and just some special armor. I think I used that when defeating the Wither. But yeah, we also have the various relics that we've been gathering throughout the past 100 episodes. So yeah, let's move on from here to my next door neighbor, Ryan. So, the story behind this house is Ryan basically was over at my house, and I decided to load up my Minecraft world, and he played for a while. And I actually think his stuff is all still here. He has almost a stack and a half of gold blocks. I could have used that earlier. He's got a pickaxe. Like, he has a couple of things that I just gave him. It's a lot of mending books. Whatever. Anyway. But yeah, I just kind of finished building this on camera. He built a little bit of it, but I finished it on camera and gave it this nice little, nether grass. But next, we're going over to Puddle's house. That's right, Ryan's neighbor is my cat, Puddles. Puddles' witchy hut. I have not moved Puddles since I moved her in here. How you doing, Puddles? How you doing? I should have gotten some fish for you. I basically have Puddles all of her stuff, a fake Reaper shard, a chest, a brewing stand, some nice little flowers. But yeah, I basically modeled this after Puddles' old house on a place that we'll visit later, and I gave her a nice little raft because she's adorable. So where should we go next? Let's go over to probably the biggest project in the sky map, the Wasteland, which I haven't visited this place in a while. It's basically a desert oasis of farms, and I haven't visited it in forever. But you know, it's nice. It looks cool. I basically use this place as like various farms. But pretty much all of these farms have been nulled since I buy golden carrots, and I don't really need it anymore. Along with the fact a lot of my farms are automatic, like this giant cactus farm. I built a bunch of farms about 100 episodes ago for bone meal, and this was one of them. It's a pretty impressive pumpkin farm. It's a pretty impressive cactus farm. And it works. It served me well. I don't really use it much anymore, but that's probably a good thing because it does take time. We're gonna avoid the crack in the sky because it's kind of lame, and move on to the town. So this town is giant. We have the shopping district and then the housing district. Now, we got houses that belong to everyone in the shopping district, whose names I've forgotten. I know the tower belongs to Wizzy. But yeah, they're all decently unique. They all built a decently unique house. The only person who doesn't have a house is the Wandering Trader. But even I have built a house. This mushroom house, in fact. Which, one of my favorite builds in the sky map. I'm not going to go through every house because, oh my god, we'd be here forever. We would be here forever. But I do have here the Sleepy Time Hotel in the Mushroom Biome. Basically, layered pillows on top of each other. We got a restaurant, we got a pool, and then we have rooms. So we got the greenhouse. The higher up you go, the more luxurious it gets, I guess. And then we got the penthouse up here. And it's not night yet, so I won't sleep here, but, you know. And then... Alright, we're at the bottom. So... next we have a Tunnel of Love station, which I basically made, and it was one of the most useless builds in the sky map, because I built it, and then realized that I could just fly. Yeah, this was not a very good use of my time. And it's basically a minecart track that leads over to the cake factory, which, don't worry, we'll get to. But I think we're gonna go over the shopping district next. So real quick, let's sleep because it's becoming night, and the sky map is dangerous at night. All right, sleep. Let me sleep. Also, if you're wondering why I'd like to do a tour now, it's because the last tour was almost like 3 years ago. Oh my god, the sky map is 4 years old. Oh Jesus. I'm thinking about that and it scares me. But yeah, do I have mail here? I do not. Okay. So, actually, let's go over the airport next. This is basically my destination for people who just arrive via, you know, plane or helicopter or hot air balloon. However the heck they got here. I honestly am not sure. But everyone here set up a shop, and it's very helpful. Uh, our most recent shopkeeper, the Wandering Trader, sells us some pretty neat stuff. I'm pretty happy with you. And he has llamas. Oh, sorry. Next is Steven's Bank, which basically I can give him stuff and he sells it to the world below. Any XP in here? Nope. Okay. But yeah, he's very helpful. Next we got Flora's shop, who sells dyes and flowers. Minnie's shop, she sells stuff that she mined. Wizzy's shop sells potion ingredients and stuff, which is very helpful. We got Gerd, I believe his name is. Yeah, he sells like aquatic items, like tridents. I could have had a trident. It's not very useful since I'm towering over the void. You don't have a name, but you sell bricks, so I like you. Caleb sells concrete and concrete powder. Over this way, we have the library full of enchanted books. But first, let's talk about Mac, who sells redstone stuff. Then our library full of enchanted books is owned by Ben. And these are expensive, but they are well worth it. Alright, next person is dead. Yeah, sometimes these villagers just die. Frank. Yeah, you're alive again, buddy. He mostly sells, like, farming stuff, which, completely useless. Maybe. I don't know. I'd probably turn a profit on some cakes. Mason does terracotta, which is helpful. I thought there was a dragon there. My eyes are not good anymore. Coral sells coral, obviously. Trace, sorry, sells glass and stained glass, which super helpful. Super helpful. And then finally, we have another unnamed villager who sells spawn eggs. Not all spawn eggs anymore, but a lot of spawn eggs. Okay, that is the shopping district. We spent a while here. Alright. So, let's head over to this side and go over some things over here. So, we have the mob farm, or the leaky bucket, as I like to call it, which poops out mobs, or leaks out mobs, I should say, and they land here, they die, and the stuff gets sucked down into the chests below. I also have egg farms, which have recently had a major improvement, which is I added hoppers, which are filling up right now, actually. But yeah, this has been helpful for my cake business, so that's helpful. And then we have some open areas still that I plan on using, but I'm not sure when I'm going to use them. But then we have the taiga. So this place has been around for a while, and it's pretty cool. The taiga has... I got the Eremidian sword from here, so it's pretty cool. Real quick, I want to talk about this river. So this river is filled with coral all the way to the end, which took forever. That honestly took so long. It took a very long time to get done. Next we have the snowy biome, or the ice spikes, which is another island that appeared. I got my Skice armor from here, along with, I think, the ice rod, or ice staff, but I also built an ice castle here, which I haven't stayed in once. I kind of just built it for fun because I was like, really cool ice spikes. Let's do this. And yeah, I'd say it's pretty cool. What should I tour next? Let's head to Town Square. So we got the square over here, which it's what it is. It's a town square. Nice little bit of grass. I show the resources that I use a lot: wool, wood, cobblestone, and emeralds, along with the one blue in the middle to represent the sky map sign. Let's head to the Nether Island real quick. This place has been around for a while, so the portals. This place was around before I started the series, so we got the two portals. I can't go in them for various reasons, but honestly, there's nothing in there anymore. There was a blaze farm in the Nether, but it got destroyed with the recent thing. And that's about it. There's like a couple islands in the Nether, but I can't actually show them off because spoilers. Sorry. I started building it because I didn't really have a choice. And you see this. We'll get to that in a minute. But next we have the pinnacle of the entire series, the cake shop. I spent 100 episodes getting this place as great as it could be, and we basically just sell cakes here. And it's amazing. Also on the other side we have a bunch. Oh, sorry, I need a breath. Give me a minute. We have another tunnel of love station, which I use to bring cakes to the cake shop. We also have this road that I built a while ago. Yeah, it doesn't really serve much function. But one of our recent builds, the pumpkin pie shop. Let's go, it's pumpkin pie, which actually is meant to look like a pumpkin pie. I'd say it's pretty cool. I was gonna build a well here. Actually, I still probably will, so let's just leave that. But yeah, it's kind of pretty neat inside, you know. We got an area to make pies back here, and we sell them for good money. The ceiling is also made of jack-o'-lanterns, which is very awesome. I think that was one of my smartest ideas I've had in this whole series. So next, let's do this area. This is probably the oldest area of the sky map. So let's start with this. This was where the animal paradise once stood, and now it is used as my tree farm. I basically plant trees here, and then I farm them for hours and hours and hours. It takes a long time. But then I built a similar structure next to it, which is my sheep farm. And I'd say it looks very nice. It's very rainbowy. I really like it. But with the tree farm and the sheep farm, I needed a place to sleep closer than my house. So I decided I'd build the Tree Time Hotel, which recently underwent a nice little improvement of using wool instead of wood. And it's becoming nighttime, so I'm probably going to sleep here soon. But yeah, it's pretty neat up there. I was very proud of this build. Next, another one of the oldest builds in the sky map, probably the oldest one still standing, is this chest. This chest is basically my entire storage, where I keep pretty much everything. If I want to find something in the sky map, it's probably here. If it's not here, it's probably not anywhere. It hasn't undergone too many improvements. It stayed basically the same this whole time. I still got to use this glass. That's extra from a later thing that we're going to be checking out. And it looks like we need to sleep. So, yeah, let's do that real quick. Alright. Come on, let me sleep. 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 Please, let me sleep. I want to sleep. Let me sleep. Come on. There we go. I need some water. Alright, so, next let's do the snail shell. Now, the snail shell was one of my most unique designs for anything in a while. And I think that might still hold true. But basically, the snail shell acts as a sort of blacksmith. I have a whole forge in here. I need a new anvil, but that's about it. And you know what? Probably one of my most neat builds in the sky map. But next, we got the coffee shop. This coffee mug is my coffee shop, which I use for potions. And I said, like, the moment I made it, that I need to stock this place with stuff. It's still empty. I need an actual nether wart farm. I think that's going to be one of my next projects. Alright. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I designed it slightly after the Quest ice cream parlor in Stampy's Quest series. Go check that out if you haven't somehow. I'd feel really old if you haven't. Next is the Popsicle Police Station. I call it that because it looks like a popsicle. It's meant to look like police headlights, but it doesn't. It just looks like a popsicle. We got interrogation room and evidence room, which, what do I have on here? Questions board. Who made the sky map sign? Who built the nether temples? What? I don't remember this one. What's this? Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember the nether temples now. Yeah, those are destroyed. I don't think I really care anymore. Anyway. Let's do the mushroom stew shop real quick. Let's go down this road. Yeah, my mushroom stew shop. We got the mushroom in here, who is still unnamed, and a bunch of bowls for mushroom stew. I'm actually gonna have some real quick. Yeah, it's a pretty neat place. I do like it. It's like a little bar, you know? I'll eat this later. But for now, let's move on to our next area, the armory, where I keep my my armor and my old sword, the Sky Defender and the Cloud Bow. We also have this one crossbow. What's this have? Oh yeah, I got this from the skeleton temple in the Nether. Along with all this stuff. This is loaded. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, we got a little extra stuff. Not much, though. So, let's move on to the new and improved sugarcane farm, which I'm probably going to make a new version of soon. An automatic version. Fully automatic. Not any of this, like, semi-automatic farm stuff that I did for, like, the wheat farm. This is going to be automated soon, and I'm excited for that because I use a lot of sugarcane, which is surprising. Next is probably one of our newer farms, the Amethyst Farm. I basically got a ton of amethyst stuff from the Nether, so I basically just laid them all out. Not the Nether, from one of my adventures in the end. So I basically just laid them all out, grabbed a fortune pickaxe called the Amethyst Pickaxe, which Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3, Mending. It's good. And this is super effective. I needed so many shulker boxes with this. Which is good, because amethysts do take a lot. So let's finish up this road real quick by checking out the Pride area, which you guys might have noticed I didn't really do much for Pride Month this year, and that's because I genuinely didn't know what to do. Like there wasn't much to do. I wasn't celebrating with anyone. I wasn't doing much. So I kind of just didn't do much Pride celebration this year. However, I did put a frog in here. Gay frogs. All right. Yeah, I got a nice little kitchen, some areas for painting or drawing or art stuff, squishmallows because I love squishmallows, and then cozy spot. What? It's fun. Okay. So what should we do next? Let's finish up this side of the sky map with these other farms. So basically, let's start here. Actually, let's start from behind, actually. I said actually a lot there. This is the first bit of redstone done in the sky map, which is pretty cool, I think. But yeah, this is my wheat farm. Inside is a ton of wheat, which I always forget to harvest, and I'm not going to harvest it now because I don't have any shulker boxes. But wheat requires bone meal, so I set up a nice little composting farm. And basically, you throw stuff in the top chest, you hit the lever, and then it siphons out into these compost bins and turns into bone meal. But that requires other crops, which is the whole point of this district. So starting off, we have the wart block farm. Warts seemed like a decent option at the time until I realized there were just better options. But yeah, I basically would come in here, I'd plant a tree, it would grow, I would collect it, I'd collect all the warts with my wart blender, and then that would be the end of it. Next is the cocoa bean farm, which had a pretty giant improvement a while ago when I realized this just took too long. I gotta crouch to get in here. Basically, what I did was I set up dispensers that shoot out water, and they basically destroy all the cocoa beans, giving them to me, and making everything easy. Let's not eat that yet. I want to save room for my mushroom stew. Now, this has 3 floors, and this gives me so many cocoa beans. You would not believe how many cocoa beans I could get from this. Maybe I should set up a cookie shop. I don't think they'd sell for much, but maybe. And then finally, oh yeah, the beacons. Oh, I forgot about this. I'll go to that later. Next, I mentioned a pumpkin farm earlier. This is the first automatic pumpkin farm I built in Minecraft, and I built this first section all the way over here with a pumpkin on my head because I was like, why not challenge myself here? Why not? So I did, and I built that one section with pumpkin on my head, and it's okay. Honestly, it could be better. Like, it's fine, I guess, but it could have been better, you know? But, yeah, next things next, we gotta go over to this area where I keep a nice little beacon next to my cobblestone generator. This is how I get cobblestone in the sky map. There's actually cobblestone in here. Huh. But yeah, I improved this from the one that was over here. I took that, built this, which is so much more efficient, so much more helpful. And now I just remembered I have to showcase this. This right here, this island, is where the sky map started. Episode 1, I was right here. And you know, it's still really cool to just come back here, reminisce. It was a long time ago. But now it's time to sleep. Where do I want to sleep? Let's just sleep here. There are beds. Come on, let me sleep. Let me sleep. Let me sleep. Let me sleep. It's sleepy time. Come on. Come on. Alright. Also, I was pretty, like, I was kind of upset by this building because I genuinely didn't include everything that I wanted to include, which kind of upsets me, but, you know, there's, I just didn't include everything I wanted to include, you know? But, yeah. Anyway, we've basically finished up this area of the sky map, which took a while, and now we're moving on to another area. Ow. Let me put this bowl back. Alright. I can't believe the sky map is 4 years old. But yeah, now let's do this real quick, because I don't think we're ever going to talk about it. This being the, Cherry Grove Island. Now, I basically had this whole adventure that I had to do to get up here. I had to do all of this to get up here. And it's the biggest island in the entire sky map. Which isn't saying much. And you know what? It's really quiet here every time. It's just quiet. There's never any mobs, really. It just feels empty a lot of the time, but besides the deafening silence, I kind of like it. I mean, like, there's even this empty pillager outpost, which, yeah. I don't really know what happened. Bees! Look at the bees. They're adorable. They like the pollen. Anyway. Yeah, there are some various, like, ruins on the island, and I'm sure I'm not going to be able to show off the whole thing. Like, there was one set of ruins. Right here, actually. Here it is. Yeah, this is about the loudest area on the entire island. But you know what? It's a pretty cool place. I'll sometimes come here, but not often. So let's finally get to the biggest project in the entire sky map. Disco Square. So Disco Square was a small project that I had since the like, it was a thing I did at the beginning of the sky map. There was a building in there, and I was like, okay, I'll just make a building, add a disco ball in there or something, do some disco stuff. It'll be fun. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this again and make it even more insane. I released the villagers, I took down the temple, and then I basically just built a city around it. So we have this room, which is the Enderman party room, because a lot of Endermen like to stop by the party, so why not let them party, you know? Next we have the way up to the stage, right here, and this is a nice little view over the dance floor. You can, like, sing up here. I don't know. But next we have my apartment. So yeah, I got this nice little balcony up here. I got some furnaces. I have a bed because I like to sleep here sometimes. I have, like, a deck out here on the next two buildings. I also have down here just some nice little living areas. You know, it's nice. I got some chests. It's mostly meant to just look nice. Also, this was my first time I used bamboo doors, which is pretty cool. Next, so after building all of this, I was like, I need a place to store concrete because I'm gonna have too much concrete. And I did. So I decided to store it all here in this one concrete storage building. Which, pretty cool, honestly. I like this idea. I did not like gathering these shulker boxes because I was stupid. I should have just killed shulkers rather than cutting down endless amounts of trees for saplings. And then, although that did save me because I was able to get just enough gold to build the pumpkin farm and stuff so that I could do the pumpkin pie shop. But next we have a clothing store, which does include the outfit of the fallen warrior. Rest in peace, Technoblade. Gone too soon, honestly. Yeah, that was my tribute to him. I didn't want to do an actual tribute because genuinely I don't know what to do. And I would have been pretty upset if that was the thing that blew up on my channel. Like, that would have just felt shallow, and I didn't like the idea of that. So, I didn't do a full-on tribute. So, I decided to do that, just to honor him. But, moving on. We have a cake shop here. This one, I learned my lesson, no Tunnel of Love shenanigans, just cakes. You know, put cakes in the display areas, you know, it's fun. Next we have the DJ booth, which, yeah, it's fun. I have a couple of music discs here. I have 2 for Ward. Oops, that's Chirp. I need that. Let's play one. Let's play this one. Sounds like a funeral. Alright, let's put these away. Next is our super smelter. Now, you might not see it because it's downstairs, but this is a super smelter, and it's probably one of my most effective ones yet. Being just a long line of furnaces, and I actually have different kinds of furnaces here. Blast furnaces and smokers, all of which are used. I've not actually used this thing much, but I could and I should. Next up is the mob farm. This was probably one of my most advanced builds I've ever had. And I think I accidentally built this in a mob chunk, which is very helpful because I get a lot of stuff from this now. So that's cool. And we can actually see inside if you want. Let's head up and check it out. So yeah, right up here we can see inside. They can't see through glass unless you're actually in there. And also, the light doesn't pierce because this is tinted glass, you see. But yeah, mobs like to spawn in there. They go down, they fall, they die most of the time. And then their stuff gets sorted in the next building over. Thus giving me a nice little item sorter, which is the first one of those I actually built. Which, good for me, honestly. But yeah, do I still have the? I do. But yeah, item sorters. Honestly, it wasn't as complicated as I thought it would be. But yeah, they land here, they die, and then their stuff gets collected. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But lastly, we have one more building, bank. So this is another one of my most complicated machines. You got this big vault door, and then the vault key, you throw it in there, you wait a little bit, and the door opens. You get out through there, but you have to make sure you take out the key. And I basically keep the key in my ender chest, and then I store all my money down here. And I have gained a decent fortune after, losing everything to Disco Square. I've regained my fortunes through the pumpkin business. But yeah, there's one more thing, that being the giant disco ball chicken up top. This is the chicken that likes to hold up the disco ball, powered by something. I don't know how this chicken flies. Yeah, it holds the disco ball, and it's beautiful. So yeah, it's becoming night. Let's sleep again, and then we move on to the cake district in the next day. This is a long video, isn't it? But yeah, next up is the cake district. But real quick, let's go and grab some fireworks because I'm running out. Alright, here we are. Up here. There we go. Fireworks. This way. But yeah, we just have some empty space around here. But then we have the cake district and the corporate headquarters. So this is basically the main operations, like the more office crap that businesses do. I got a bunch of cubicles, computers, stuff like that. So yeah, that's like the office floor. Up here is like performance. And we've gotten as high as we can on everything. I think I need to put a board for the pumpkin pie business. Up here we have some conference rooms. It's pretty cool. And then up here we have the view, which currently isn't really of anything. But we can also get a even higher view from the roof. Let's go to the roof real quick. Oh, never mind. I guess we can't go to the roof. Yeah, we just have more windowed access to looking at everything. And that is, in fact, nothing because we can't see that far. But yeah. Next is Beautiful Sunset Island, which I use as, like, the smallest berry farm ever. Yeah, it's not great as a berry farm, but sometimes you just watch the sunset. The sun isn't setting now, but maybe later we can watch it set. But then there's, this is where the Cake Island was, and I basically replaced it with Cake Square. Nice little park. Not Cake Square, Cake Park. Sorry. Nice little fountain, some benches, some lanterns, fun stuff like that. Next is the bed cake, which, yeah, I literally just use this to sleep. I don't really do much here, besides sleeping, It serves its purpose. Next is the main operation, the cake factory. It's got an egg farm, it's got a cow, it's got sugarcane, and a small wheat farm. Everything that you need to make cakes. And actually, can I make a cake right now? Let's do it. Let's make a cake. Let's just grab a spare egg. Alright. Some sugar cane. And then 3 wheat. I need to replant that. There we go. Put these away. So yeah, craft the sugar cane into sugar and then make A cake! We have a cake. Which I sell for 5 gold blocks, which insanely good, honestly. But yeah, then we have the warehouse where I store a bunch of. I don't store any cakes here, but I store mostly sugar, ingredients, the stuff you use to make cakes. And then we have the final tunnel of love right here, which that's empty. Let me grab it. But yeah, I just use this place pretty. I used to use this place often. I don't anymore because it's so genuinely useless. Tunnel of Love shipping was probably the worst idea I had in the entire sky map. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. Over here is basically an entrance to the bank from this side. I don't need a key. I just need to go through. But yeah, there's one more area that we need to check out. That being the underground. So let's go. We have our elevators into the underground, but cool, I'm alive. Now, the underground is mostly used for storage, as you can see. This is at Y level 1. Right here, we're at level 1. So that's cool. The waterfalls, because of when I updated the game, they don't actually go below this. This is a recent thing. This is for eggs, which this goes up really high. Let's see how high this goes. Huh? Not that high. Not that high. Not that high. No. Just a little out of the reach of us. But we use a lot of eggs in this world, so this is necessary. This is also where all the mob drops from the leaky bucket go. And this is the most unorganized mess I've ever seen. But yeah. This is also where the pumpkins from the old pumpkin farm go. Too bad we don't need them! This was a several day project. Or I think it was more like a week or so. And it's basically a wall of pumpkins. And this farm is very much improved. I did the math, it's like 10 times that. Like one of these, but I think that's off because I think one of these lines is as many farms as one of the faces of that. So it's definitely more. But then we have the storage, which, yeah, this fills up fast. So basically, this is such a big farm, and because of the water, it just generally makes the pumpkins grow faster. So if we just watch the pumpkin farm from a distance, let's do that real quick. Just watch it for a moment. You'll probably see at some point a pumpkin just get hit. I just saw one. Like, you can see it. It's basically so efficient that I actually am a little scared that it's going to become a little too efficient. But yeah, I think that's everything. Is it? Besides the stuff in the nether, which I can't show because I'm doing some adventure stuff in the nether, so I can't really show that off yet. But yeah, guys, that is going to end this video. Thank you all for the people who actually stayed to this point in the video. I know a lot of you probably clicked off already. But yeah, that's going to end this video here. If you enjoyed it, remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, share this video with everyone you know and love, and I'll see you all later. Bye!